How low can you go? Can you go down low? How low can you go, Indiana Fever? Geez, you guys have just turned this organization into a flat out joke. All of a sudden, Sophie Cunningham is hurt. All of a sudden, her elbow's messed up. Y'all smell that? Smells like BS. It smells like some punishment is being served out to Sophie Cunningham.
Hold on for a second, because one of the biggest stories surrounding the WNBA is taking over social media right now. Behind the headlines, questions are swirling about the Indiana Fever, their locker room chemistry, and speculation that's left fans wondering what could happen next. Across the internet, rumors and dramatic claims are spreading at lightning speed, with some even suggesting internal tension between key figures inside the organization. Whether those reports are accurate or not, they've sparked a wave of debate unlike anything we've seen this season. Many fans thought this year would be remembered only for record-breaking performances and sold-out arenas. Instead, the conversation has shifted toward loyalty, leadership, and the relationships holding this team together. Viral posts have even claimed that head coach Stephanie White made a controversial decision involving Sophie Cunningham, while others insist Caitlin Clark wasn't willing to stay silent. None of those reports have been confirmed, but they've been enough to ignite passionate reactions across the basketball world. So, stick with us, because we're breaking down where these rumors started, why they're spreading so quickly, and what they could mean for the Fever moving forward. To understand why this story has captured so much attention, you first have to understand the connection many fans believe exists between Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham. From Clark's first day in the WNBA, everyone knew she'd become the center of attention. Opposing defenses focused on stopping her, physical play became part of every game, and expectations reached an entirely different level. Throughout that stretch, Cunningham earned a reputation as one of the teammates most willing to stand up for Clark whenever games became overly physical. Time after time, she stepped into heated moments, accepted the criticism, and never seemed afraid of playing the role that others avoided. Whether it was absorbing contact, handling hostile crowds, or embracing the pressure that came with defending a superstar teammate, Cunningham became known as one of the Fever's toughest competitors. That reputation is exactly why the latest speculation has generated such a powerful reaction among fans.
It's ridiculous. Look at the first comment, Evelyn. You guys are a clown organization. Here it says, Sophie hurt her elbow writing this for Stephanie White, didn't she? This is what Sophie Cunningham had. I will not pass to Caitlin again. I will not pass to Caitlin Clark again. This is what they forced Sophie Cunningham to do. Okay, that's how she hurt her elbow. CDS Sports, go rogue, win game, end up on injury report. Beatings will continue until morale improves. This is ridiculous, guys. This is ridiculous. Everybody knows this is clearly punishment for Sophie Cunningham. Chloe Peterson was the first to report on it. She said, Sophie Cunningham is questionable with a right elbow injury for tomorrow's game. She participated in the portion of practice open to the media this morning. Okay. And everybody knows every comment is that this is punishment. Look here, Sophie being put in timeout for speaking what's on her mind.
But behind all the on-court intensity, another storyline quickly began making the rounds online. According to unverified reports and social media speculation, Sophie's aggressive style and unwavering loyalty to Caitlin Clark had created tension behind the scenes. Some posts claimed members of the coaching staff believed her emotional approach and willingness to step into confrontations were becoming a distraction, while others argued she was simply doing everything possible to protect her star teammate. Those conflicting narratives only fueled even more debate. Rumors went as far as suggesting the atmosphere inside the Fever's practice facility had become unusually tense. Viral accounts claimed Stephanie White called Sophie Cunningham into a private meeting with no advance notice and no teammates present. According to those reports, it was a difficult conversation centered on the team's direction and public image. Some even alleged that Cunningham was informed of a disciplinary decision that would keep her away from the team, though no such suspension has been officially confirmed. The speculation didn't stop there. Online posts claimed the organization planned to describe the situation differently to avoid creating even more controversy among fans. Whether those stories were accurate or not, They spread rapidly across social media. Some people even claimed Cunningham quietly left the facility after the meeting, choosing not to create a public scene. Supporters pointed to that rumored reaction as another example of the toughness and professionalism they've come to associate with her, saying she handled the moment with the same determination she has always shown on the court.
Mafia. So everyone knows, it's clear as day that this is punishment for Sophie Cunningham. It's very, very, very obvious that this is punishment for Sophie Cunningham. The organization is a straight up clown show at this point. And then not only that, they have not addressed the smear campaign. They've gone out of their way to address any and everything else. They refuse to address the smear campaign led by Dan Dakich, who has been adamant about he's getting this information from the inside. Not only have they not addressed that, and he doubled down on it today. Dan Dakich was bombing again today. Stephanie White went on the same platform that took shots at Caitlin Clark and aired a hit piece. This is crazy. All of this is just flat out craziness. This Indiana Fever organization is a flat out joke. Sophie Cunningham is being punished for going rogue with Caitlin Clark, passing her the ball. You know they wanted that ball to go to Kelsey Mitchell. They didn't give a damn. They didn't give a damn. That ball go to Kelsey Mitchell or come hell or high water. And that is what it is. Look at the goal.
But according to the rumors spreading online, one major detail was overlooked. Many fans believe the connection between Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark goes far beyond being ordinary teammates. As the story circulated, social media posts claimed Clark arrived at the arena, noticed Sophie's locker sitting empty, and immediately realized something was wrong. Those reports have never been confirmed, but they quickly went viral. Some accounts even alleged that someone inside the building quietly explained the rumored situation to Clark, triggering an emotional reaction that stunned everyone around her. According to those claims, Clark skipped the usual pregame routine, walked past teammates and assistant coaches, and headed directly toward the coaching offices. The speculation paints the moment as an intense private conversation, with Clark reportedly making it clear how much Cunningham's support had meant throughout the season. Fans have long viewed Sophie as one of the players most willing to stand up for Clark during physical games, and many believe that loyalty created a unique bond between the two. The rumors went even further, claiming Clark challenged the reported decision and urged the organization to reconsider. Some posts even suggested she delivered an emotional ultimatum in defense of her teammate, though there is no official evidence that such a conversation ever took place. Still, those dramatic claims spread across social media within hours, fueling endless debate about the Fever, their locker room, and the relationship between two of the team's most talked about players.
As they refuse to address it, Dan Dakich doubled down on everything he said right here in this. He took the X. Yo, G, damn it, hold on. Steph White is calling. Gotta go to work, keep hating, keep stalking. So he's taking shots at the people that have been addressing him, adding on to the smear campaign that's going on against Caitlin Clark. It's ridiculous, but the fact of the matter is you can't blame Dan Dakich. You can't blame him. He's not lying about where he's getting the information from, which is why the Indiana Fever is so hush and damn quiet about it. He's not lying. None of them are going to come out and call him a liar. None of them have stepped up to the plate to address the smear campaign that's being launched at Caitlin Clark. She's being targeted. They're not saying anything because it's coming from them. They've gone on to address everything else, whether it's people coming at them for the draft. Lynn Dunn went and called us all complainers. Stephanie White addressing the fans saying, hey, these games are boring as hell now. These games are boring. The product stinks now. You've come over here and ruined the product. The games are entertaining. She addressed that in last game's pregame podium. They've addressed everything. The Indiana Fever's Twitter handle or X handle put a post up after last game saying, are you not entertained? They've been addressing everything publicly but this because they are in on it. Make no mistake about that. Make no mistake about that at all. And then Stephanie White, shout out to Mick Talk.
Now let's separate the online speculation from what we actually know. There's no question that the WNBA is experiencing record attention, and much of that momentum has been fueled by Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Sold-out arenas, rising television ratings, and increased merchandise sales have all helped push the league into the national spotlight. That's why every rumor involving Clark spread so quickly. Some social media posts even claimed that if the reported situation involving Sophie Cunningham were true, Clark could refuse to take the court in support of her teammate. There is no evidence that such a decision is being considered, but the speculation alone has generated enormous discussion. Online commentators have debated what impact any absence from Clark would have on the league, with many arguing her influence on viewership is impossible to ignore. At the same time, fans have flooded social media with opinions about Cunningham, Clark, and the Fever organization, showing just how emotionally invested people have become in this team. Reports of emergency meetings, league-wide panic, and behind-the-scenes turmoil remain unverified, yet they continue circulating across countless platforms. Whether any of those claims are accurate or not, one thing is obvious. This story has become much bigger than a single rumor. For many fans, it's become a conversation about trust, leadership, and the relationships that define a championship team.
Well, we see Cheryl Reeve wearing a shirt today in support of trans kids. Trans kids belong on the shirt. And this in the aftermath of Sophie Cunningham's recent comments. We actually saw Cheryl and Sophie speaking at center court pregame. And yesterday, Cheryl Reeve spent a lot of time talking at length with the media about this topic.
I would encourage anyone to go and listen to Cheryl Reeve's comments. Incredibly thoughtful, easy to find online.
I would encourage anybody to go see Cheryl Reeve's comments. By the way, Sophie did not look like she backed down from Cheryl Reeve. I've got more coming on all of this. This is right here. Sophie Cunningham, by the way, took a ugly elbow in this game, and the refs called the foul against her. Let's just look at this. Bam! Hit her right in the jaw. And the refs, they swallowed their whistles. I'd love to know why. Lynx defeated the Fever 108-100. And you could see the deficiencies in this team showed out. The bench is not deep enough. There's not enough length on this team. Again, we were saying that as free agency was going on. And then the draft, when it really blew up, and they took Raven Johnson instead of a big. And they got rid of Justine Passat. It felt like the Fever never had a chance in this game. And I was looking at the starting five for the Lynx.
Now I want to hand this over to you because the internet is completely split and I want to know where you stand. If the rumors surrounding Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham were true, would Clark be right to put her season on the line for a teammate she believes has always had her back? Or do you think Stephanie White would have the right to make a difficult decision if she believed it was in the best interest of the team? Share your honest opinion in the comments right now. And remember, the suspension story and the reported ultimatum remain unverified online claims, not confirmed facts. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit the like button, share the video with other basketball fans, and subscribe to Pulse Hoop for the fastest WNBA updates, player news, and the biggest stories from around the league. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.